Oh my gosh, I have just arrived at the InterContinental Khao Yai, a 5-star resort located a 3-hour drive north of Bangkok and located and situated right inside one of Thailand's most famous national park. It's a perfect spot for nature lovers. The 5-star property is designed by world-renowned interior designer Bill Bensley. The suites and villas at the property are built into refurbished, upcycled train cars. The whole theme of the resort is locomotion and the history of train travel. So you've got spas as well as restaurants all located in these beautiful interiors. So without further ado, let's take a tour. Upon arrival at the resort, guests skip up these stairs, which are flanked by lush green ivy, and arrive in what looks like a vintage, stepping back in time train station. You can see the destinations in Thailand, and you're encouraged to ring a bell to announce that you've arrived. Once you pass through a short little pathway, you'll see on the right there's a little Buddhist shrine, as well as the lobby. The lobby also looks like a train station. This is where guests check in. I'm obsessed with the interior, so let's just take a little stroll through the lobby so you can see all the antiques. When we look up at the top here, you're going to see there's a painting of an elephant. As you step into the lobby area, you see it's really intimate. On the right, this is the lovely lady who does the check-in. There's 2 different rooms, so if it's a busy time of day where lots of people are checking in, there's lots of seating. And you can see that the vibe is vintage train station. We're offered some local ice-cold tea and a cold oshibori towel. From the lobby, we're going to head to my 1-bedroom pool villa, and the conductor today is taking us on a tiny little train. You can request to get a ride. It's obviously very fun for kids and anyone traveling with a family. The tiny little train runs from the parking lot where the electric vehicle station is all the way down past the tea carriage, boutique. These are the restaurants, and once we hopped off the little train, we got into a buggy, and we're now driving through the villas. So this is my 1-bedroom pool villa. It's one of the most luxurious accommodations at the resort, and we're going to step right in, and I'm going to give you a tour. As you turn right at the entrance, you're going to see that there's a little bar on the right, so you can make yourself a martini. There's some lovely leather plush seating with fresh florals, and then also the television is really cool. It's actually a flat screen that's set up on an art easel, and on the right there's also a coffee and tea nook with Nespresso and fresh French press and really quality Thai teas. On the left there's a toilet, and on the right there is a rain shower. The walls are all marble. I feel like I'm showering in Versailles, honestly, with all the mirrors too. On the right hand side there's a his and hers sink with beautiful views outside. On the left it's all an area to store your luggage, and now we're going to head into the bedroom, which has a couch and a seating area with a huge comfy bed. From the bedroom, you also have beautiful views outside, and we're going to now take a tour of the exterior. So as we skip outside of our bedroom, you're going to just, oh my gosh, jaw drop. There is an outdoor elevated bathtub, so you can have a bath outside. And then we skip up these steps, and you're going to see a cabana with plush lounge seating and your own private plunge pool with a dining area so you can order room service, as well as lovely seating to enjoy reading a book in the morning or at sunset. I really enjoyed hanging out on the terrace here, and you can swim any time of day, especially when it's nice and hot. It's a real refresher. Classic Bill Bensley, the designer of the resort, he's got some really quirky contraption. So you can pull this down here and it sprays hot water. So if you're traveling with a partner, you can get them soaking wet. Right by the villas is the hotel spa. Each spa room is also located within a vintage train carriage. I had a fabulous oil massage. Just behind this area is a shower and bathroom, so you can shower after your massage as well. They also offer a lovely display of the local Thai beauty products that they use at the spa by Siam. All treatments at the spa begin the traditional Thai way, where you get an exfoliating foot bath, so they rub some lovely exfoliant on your feet and then wash both your feet as well as your legs before you hop on that table to enjoy a blissful massage, facial, or body scrub treatment. If you're looking to keep fit on holiday, there's lots of opportunities for wellness lovers. You can access a daily action plan, which has everything from meditation to tutored yoga. This is the gym that's open 24 hours a day. It's a boutique space, but they have everything you could need, so all the major machines as well as free weights. They also have bouncy balls, and to the right with a beautiful view is where they typically host yoga. There are beautiful gardens as well as 3 different lakes that are famous for their swans, so you can see just beautiful jungle. It's really an homage to the Khao Yai National Park that is located nearby. They also are dog friendly, so there's dog trails and you'll see guests with their dogs at the resort, which made me so happy because I love canines. Here are some of the white swans that I found at the lake. Really beautiful and serene, and really fun for kids if you're traveling with them as well. The boutique at the resort is, of course, located in a carriage, so we're going to pop in here so you can see. They've got beauty products, jewelry, locally made crafts, sun hats, resort wear, as well as lots of knickknacks that you can buy as gifts to take home. The InterContinental Khao Yai is the most luxurious accommodation in the region, so of course it has fabulous restaurants. We're going to start off with the breakfast buffet. We are in Somyang's kitchen. There is an amazing fresh fruit table, and you can see the interior of the restaurant is eye-popping with floor-to-ceiling windows. There's also a selection of baked goods and local Thai desserts. And then you can also access each morning some cold-pressed teas and fresh fruit juices and a cereal station. There's also seating outdoors, so if the weather's lovely, you can see the beautiful patio. This is a covered patio area, and then there's also a second and third terrace, so on busy weekends, this place gets packed. Breakfast also includes classic Western dishes like sausage, bacon, beans, and they also have some Thai soups and other Thai dishes like fried rice and stir-fried noodles. You can also access a huge table featuring dim sum, Chinese donuts, as well as yogurt parfaits, charcuterie and cheese, tons and tons of fresh salad options, as well as Middle Eastern options as well. And just on the other side here, by this little booth, we've got Noodle Delights. You can make your own noodle bowl. And then you'll also find that there are croissants, danishes, and pancakes, waffles, and classic boulangerie French pastries. In the evening, make sure to come here for dinner. They have Western food, but you obviously want to order anything that's Thai. This is a soft-shell crab red curry. We also got a papaya salad, a pork salad, and a whole roast chicken done Thai style. And my favorite, which is pomelo salad topped with beautifully succulent prawns. During the afternoon, we recommend a visit to the tea carriage. You can enjoy the most indulgent afternoon tea service, which is a classic British tradition, from either inside or on this gorgeous terrace that overlooks the Swan Lake. And you can see just beyond there, that's one of the guest house rooms for people who are staying in guest houses. They have a lovely balcony with a lake view. Let's skip inside. From inside the tea carriage, you can see there's plush banquet seating with yellow leather, and each of these tables can be set up for a group, so you can order a classic 3-tiered service. They've decorated the interior with lots of vintage televisions, radios, and luggage. At the far end, you'll see here that they have a display of the local Thai coffees that are available, as well as teas, and then they showcase in little glass domes each of the dishes that are offered in the afternoon tea service. Checking out the menu, they have a couple different options. You can order traditional tea or upgrade it to include champagne or other cocktails. I'm ordering the classic tea service with a Thai Earl Grey tea, and you can see they have a menu of all the sweets and savories I'll be sampling. So I started off by having my tea poured right before my very eyes. It smelled so floral and aromatic. Then my server came over and dropped down the 3-tiered service, including Devonshire cream and a local berry preserve that they had made in the kitchen. The top tier was scones and sweet pastries, including a lovely opera cake and eclairs. The second tier is the savories, and then the third is the sandwiches. You absolutely have to go to the InterContinental Khao Yai for afternoon tea, even if you're not staying here as an overnight guest. It's amazing. The pool is located just across from Terminus Bar, so we'll call this a pool bar. Some of the accommodations do not include a pool, so this area would get really busy on a hot day. You can see the actual bar is really beautiful. This is Samyang's kitchen, so from the all-day dining restaurant, you can also access the pool bar and enjoy a splash in this amazing, refreshing swimming pool. We hopped up at the bar and ordered 2 cocktails. We started off with a tequila watermelon number, followed by a beautifully stirred Aperol cocktail topped with dehydrated orange and fresh mint sprig. In the evening, Terminus Bar really has a gorgeous vibe, and their bar snacks are a salted nut as well as wasabi peas. In the evening, we popped by Papon Bar. You can see at night it just beautifully glows. They have an outdoor seating area where you can have cocktails surrounded by the twinkle of fairy lights, and this cocktail bar feels like you're stepping back in time, which you can see is a theme at this resort. You just feel like you're in the 1800s in a train car about to order a Manhattan, which is what we're going to do. So we popped by the bar, which you can see is absolutely gorgeous. There's even stool seating, so you can chat with the bartender. He prepared a signature beverage, which was essentially an Aperol Spritz topped with Prosecco and a cucumber slice, and then he stirred together a Manhattan for me because I was feeling my oats and really wanted a cocktail with a strong whiskey forward note. The cocktails were beautifully decorated and adorned with local flowers, as well as a plump cherry in my Manhattan. From the Papon Bar, you can head right over to Porot, which is the French restaurant that's in the connecting train car. It's more of a Western concept, so there's a lot of European dishes as well as even ceviche, because the chef had worked some time in Chile, but I really wanted to focus on their French dishes. The outside has a gorgeous terrace, so this would be a beautiful area to eat if the weather's lovely. Starting off with a amuse-bouche that is a oyster gratin. They then brought out an oshibori towel. It was nice and refreshing that I wiped on my face before getting my hands dirty and ready to eat. The dishes I ordered were a beef bourguignon with French onion soup and a dessert of lemon layered pastry, and they paired it with a locally made red wine from the winery that we're about to visit. So the best things to do in Khao Yai, I would recommend spending at least 3 days here. We started our adventures outside of the resort at Grandmont Winery. There are about, I think, 7 wineries in all of Thailand. I was really surprised. As everyone knows, I love wineries, and this is ranked as the best winery in the country. It is starting off here in their gift shop. Like any gift shop, you would expect jams, jellies, honey, as well as a little cafe just beyond where you can order some coffee, and then they also have a tasting area for people that are just popping in and don't have a lot of time. You can do a tasting right from the gift shop. Order yourself a coffee before heading out, or start your trip here with a lovely latte. You can see the views from the terrace at the cafe are really gorgeous. They look over the vineyards. I was incredibly surprised and delighted to know that Khao Yai is actually the dairy capital of Thailand. It makes sense because it's mountainous like Switzerland, and these are all cheeses made locally. They have a brie as well as a Swiss-style cheese. This is a map of the vineyard. We're going to hop on a tour. It takes under 1 hour. We hop on one of these amazing buses, and we're just going to drive through the vineyards. During the tour, they explained the history of the property as well as the grape varietals that perform the best at this climate. I was told the busiest time of year for tourism at the winery is in December, and they typically harvest in January. The most popular grape that really performs the best here, based on the terroir, is Syrah. After visiting the vineyards, we headed right to these big giant oak doors. Prior to entering the production facility, we were given a little bit of an explanation on how wine is harvested here locally in Khao Yai. Then they pulled back the doors and we could see all of the staff inside preparing bottles and labels. And then they showed us all of the different tanks that they use. The tanks are imported from Germany, Italy, and France. Next door, we visited the temperature-controlled barrel aging cellar where they age in American and French oak. And then last stop was the tasting room where we sampled 4 of their signature wines, a white wine, rosé, and 2 reds. We were also given a little plate with olives, a local cheddar, brie, and crispy pastry. The wines were excellent. After my tasting, I skipped through the beautiful garden here to the on-site restaurant. The restaurant has indoor seating, but on a hot and sunny day, it's best to sit on the terrace. You can see that they actually designed the restaurant to look like there's a watchtower at the top, which I thought was pretty cool. On the terrace, they have gorgeous views overlooking a little pond to the left here. The restaurant showcases mostly Western dishes, but you can order a set menu when you order your tour, and the set menu that I selected was a Thai menu because I really wanted to try pairing the local wines with local dishes. The menu included spring rolls, as well as a beef green curry, a spicy papaya salad, lemongrass chicken, some sauteed vegetables, and a shrimp soup. Next up is Wat Pho Temple, which is a Buddhist temple and the most visited temple in Khao Yai, so it's a must visit if you're a lover of Thai architecture and are curious about Buddhism. It's located on the peak of a hill, and you can actually see the temple from all across the region, so it does require lots of stair climbing. There are 2 dragons that flank the staircase, and as we come under here, just as you're walking up towards the temple, there are several smaller shrines to visit as you enter. This particular one I really loved because it's covered in little colorful little prayer ribbons that people tie to the tree. I was amazed when I looked closely because the dragon skin is actually made of porcelain, which is what makes the scales look so real. As you approach the temple, you'll see golden Buddhas that are flanked on the left and right. My favorite were these 2 ginormous, very, very fat Buddhas, which is exactly how I feel every time I eat a delicious Thai feast when I'm traveling in Thailand. Step up the last flight of stairs and you'll enter the temple. At the very top of the hill, there are rugs in the very front where locals come to offer gifts and pray, and there's a beautiful golden Buddha. As you're heading back down the hill, you'll spot lots of monks. There's another building here that has really awesome gardening, so if you're a flower fan or like bonsai trees, take a look. As we skip through the space, you're going to see there are plenty of different golden Buddhas. Most of them are in the seated position, as well as bouquets of purple orchids and a portrait of the king. This is the view from the very, very top, so you can appreciate how green Khao Yai is. It really is a beautiful rolling hill region. If you're a culture vulture, a visit to Khao Yai Art Museum is a must. They have an incredible outdoor sculpture garden as well as 3 indoor galleries that mostly feature paintings. I'm going to give you a little tour. You can see there's a giant dog sculpture. I really just loved looking at all of these different sculptures. This one in particular is hilarious. The woman here is actually eating a plate of pad krap prao, a famous Thai dish. These sculptures make you giggle. It's fun to interact with them. Some of them are really ones that make you scratch your head, like this horse has 4 different heads. There's someone from the military here. There's even a monkey sitting on the very back of the horse's butt, which is pretty hilarious. There's also a snake. This is a ginormous Ganesh statue, which is Hindu, and it welcomes guests to the art gallery, and there are just sky-high trees as well. Skip inside the 3 different galleries and you'll find plenty of paintings by local Thai artists, as well as some sculptural works. I really like these ones with the people with giant eyeballs. There's also several pieces of work that pay homage to the king, as well as Buddhism. Classic Buddhist iconography that is often interpreted in a contemporary way makes a visit to the art museum in Khao Yai really, really fun for anyone who loves art. A visit to Hokkaido Flower Park is a must for anyone who has a green thumb, and loves Japanese anything. It's inspired by Japanese gardens, and there are lots of Japanese snacks and sweets that are served throughout. At the entrance, there's the cafe, and then as you walk through this garden area, you can pick up a little bus that will drive you around the property and stop you at the different gardens. So I hopped in with a bunch of ladies, and you can see all the local gardeners preparing the different flower beds. This is definitely the perfect location to take some selfies, so I could not stop laughing at the number of locals with selfie sticks and tripods where they take videos of themselves walking through the property. You'll also find lots of locals that bring their own umbrellas and even dress in Japanese clothing to do photo shoots here. Lots of families with kids. In the center of the garden area, there's these classic Japanese buildings that sell clothing. There's also a cafe that serves tea as well as classic Japanese fruit juices and smoothies, and there's seating inside as well as outside. You can see here some great kimono wear. There's beautiful flowers in every direction. You really just have to find the color that best suits you and enjoy snapping away and taking pictures. And you'll also find some cute Japanese statues and sculptures based on classic anime. It's a really fun place if the sun is out. And then our last stop is Khao Yai National Park. Of course, that InterContinental Khao Yai is conveniently located a short drive from the entrance to the park. We suggest first stopping at the visitor center. You'll see a huge elephant at the entrance. Inside, they have a topographical map of the Khao Yai National Park, so you can see all of the different trails, waterfalls, and lakes. There's also an excellent exhibit that showcases all of the animals that call Khao Yai Park their home. And outside of the visitor center, there's a big terrace where you can order a coffee or a tea at the cafe with views of the river below. Several areas within the park have viewpoints. Highly recommend taking a break, stretch your legs, and enjoy beautiful views of the rolling hills. There's also really pristine lakes, and you'll find plenty of animals. So I ran into these gorgeous deer. I also found on the roadside plenty of monkeys giving each other a back scratch, and this one in particular made me hysterically laugh because he stood up and scratched his head when he looked at me, which was so funny. And then we also ran into an absolutely terrifying green snake, and I got so lucky that I actually saw an elephant in the wild. How cool is that? My last stop was Hai Suat Waterfall. The park is full of different waterfalls, but this is the most easy to access. You can get right out of your car at the parking lot, and it's a short 20-minute walk to get to the bottom. But there are other waterfalls that are really impressive that require several hours of trekking. The steps are steep. There is a beautiful canopy of bamboo trees. You'll spot a few monks along the way. This is the very entrance to the waterfall. This is a waterfall that appeared in the famous movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. As we approach the waterfall, you'll see there's lots of huge boulders, so make sure that you have your phone in your pocket and you don't drop it. There are plenty of people taking selfies. Everyone's camera was out and taking pictures of their loved ones with the waterfalls in the background. If you are a nature lover planning a trip to northern Thailand, I highly recommend a stay at the InterContinental Khao Yai. It's got everything you could want. The resort is beautiful. It's perfect for kids as well as romantic couples. There's so much nature nearby, as well as cultural experiences like the temple and art museum. We know you're going to love a visit to Khao Yai. Hope you enjoy your trip to magical Thailand.